Hello, and welcome back to Oolykee Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources tutorial. Today we're gonna talk about setting up your farming industry. Right, so we have a request to help out with farming. So, we're gonna do exactly that. We're gonna set up a small farm. Fortunately for us, farms don't require any people, any workers, anything like that. So, we just gonna go for Vulgaris vanilla game farm. We're gonna go close to American and, well, NATO and Soviet border, so we can utilize our money the best. And let's set up a small farm over here with 18 fields. Not really small, it's actually gonna be a big one, but 18 field farm. I'll explain why. Actually, we can do this on screen. So I just pulled a line up and down, and that's about it. While I'm using vanilla, because mods are coming out every day, and there are good and bad mods coming all the time, so I'm gonna leave mods to you guys, and I definitely suggest mods. In this case, we're gonna have a little bit of an issue, because in seasons, like in real life, a harvest happens once a year, and then you harvest everything, and you have to have a lot of storage for all of that. Yes, that is the problem as well. So let me show you what's the problem. The problem is that the vanilla silos have only 800 tons capacity, and the harvest is around 305 tons per big field. So this is a big field over here, and I'm gonna set up several of those. So let's go for connect them straight away. I'm gonna go here, and we're gonna surround this farm with fields on all sides. So we're gonna go 3 over here. We're gonna go for 18 fields. Why? This is gonna what I'm doing here is also a little bit of a tip and trick, so take your pencils out and write it down, because this is gonna be quite useful for speeding up, utilizing better your farming areas. So we have 7 fields over here, and we're gonna go for, let's say, 8, and then we're gonna go for 9. We're gonna go for more. This is number 10. We're gonna go here on this side, 11 and 12. That should be okay. On this side we can go for 13, 14. There we go. And on the other side we're gonna go for a couple of more, but let me just build roads for that. So we can build one road, that's not a problem. It's not gonna be too feng shui, it's not gonna be looking nice, but it's gonna be quite productive. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna plonk one on each side here, and one over here and over here. Okay, so what's the deal? Why 18 fields? We're gonna need, of course, the petrol station as well. We're gonna have to import the fuel and all that good stuff. Okay, so what's the deal? We have 18 fields. We're gonna have 3 distribution offices all together. Well, actually 2. I'll go for 2 just because actually no, 2 is gonna be enough. So let me show you what I mean. Whoa, that was weird. We have... This is our main road. This is the road that goes towards the border. So we can just connect it. I don't think we're gonna do anything at the border crossing, but well, we have that. Okay, we're gonna need 2 power connector, and we're gonna need electricity. Actually, we can do electricity all at the same place. So we're gonna need... let's go for removing the roads. We actually don't need this one. We're gonna go for... Where are you? Here we go. Road cargo station. Okay, so what's the deal with this? We're gonna put one road cargo station over here, be generous with space. The problem with this is that your trucks are gonna be queuing up here to unload all the crops. Okay, so what's with this? If we go to our crops, and then we have storage here, grain silos, we're gonna have to set them up at 90 degrees. Actually, this is 45 degrees from here, so let me try doing something like this. This should be fine. Let's do this one. This should be fine as well. Let's rotate it a little bit more. And here we go. Okay, so this is how I do it. This is how I do it. We have all of these connected to a cargo station. Now we can connect them to... There's a real problem of you having the issue with fire here, and I'm pretty sure that none of you guys are gonna start this without any settlements. Heads up on that, without a city, without people, and there's a real threat of us having a fire here and no firefighters to help out. And we're gonna have this one. We're gonna have a distribution office. We're gonna actually have only one, but you're gonna need two, because I'm gonna explain that later as well. Distribution office is gonna be medium, small. Let's go for medium, rotate it, and that's about it. There we go. We can see how much we can pay with dollars here, and let's see how our first farm is gonna look like. Since this is just farming setup, this is just farm, nothing else, no city, nothing else. I will just connect small cables from the border crossing, and I'm gonna get us some electricity over here. Farm doesn't require electricity, even though I suggest that you connect electricity to all your buildings, but farm doesn't require electricity to work. So we're gonna go and build this plain, simplest cables, power cables to the border crossing. All the way here, and then cross it here, and we're gonna be importing a little bit of electricity. There we go. This is important because of the fuel station, petrol station. And now we're gonna go for tractors, 6 of them, and we're gonna go for harvesters. Again, we're gonna go for 6 of them, and heads up, unfortunately, NATO has better harvesters than Soviet Union, and that's the deal was gonna be from the beginning, well, until the end. And okay, now it comes why 18 fields. You're gonna have a couple of trucks over here. Oh, these are the best ones in the beginning. This is Skoda trucks. You're gonna fill them in all the way. These usually they can have 20 connections, 20 offices, 20 destinations. The 20 destination can be assigned over here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna have 19 altogether. This is just additional space for you if you want to expand your capacity, storage capacity in your silos. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna assign all the fields over here. Of course, we forgot to connect them to the road, so we're gonna go for mud road and just build this one. Oh, here we go. Actually, this is not a mud road, and this is what I wanted to mention. In order for your farm to function even better, you should have at least gravel roads. With these Skoda trucks, you should have these gravel roads. So definitely build up your infrastructure over here, because it's gonna be, well, it's gonna be good for you. So let's go here. We're gonna go here. I'm gonna go all the way over here and upgrade all of these guys. I'm gonna switch to using rubles now, because just in case if you need dollars for anything, farming is more or less the only place where I use dollars instead of rubles for something. That would be for the trucks, for the harvesters. And here we go, a little bit more gravel and a little bit even more gravel. Perfect. I'm not sure if these tractors are gonna go any faster on these roads, because they are pretty slow in game anyway. Okay, so here we go. We have a simple setup of 18 fields and a farm. Farm will not have trucks usually, and this capacity is minuscule, is miserable. It's not even worth mentioning. 136 tons of crops. You can't put half of one of these fields in there. You're gonna have to have additional storage. Now again, I'm doing this only vanilla because I don't know if you guys like mods, use mods, whatever. It's up to you if you want to use them, but I'm gonna show you how it works with the mods. I just saw that I didn't connect this one here, even though we don't have a fire station, we don't have a fire department. I will still connect it here so we have access. All the trade, all the the only thing that is going to be used to communicate between these silos is going to be at the cargo station. We don't have to have any trucks going anywhere except this cargo station. Also, I will not set up the exports. I will not set up exports of the crops, because that's probably the worst thing you can do with the crops. Don't export them. Just add value, whether in chemicals or in livestock or alcohol or whatever you want. Clothing, whatever you want, you can add value to it, and you can export it for much more money than that. We can check financially here. Crops are one of the cheapest things you have in game. I mean, you have quarried stone is really cheap, electricity is cheap, but electricity is consumed in huge numbers, so that's the thing. Then you have coal ore, it's pretty cheap. You have iron ore, pretty cheap. And you can see crops here at 16. Not the cheapest, but also it's not the most expensive thing for you to have. Right, that's about it. Concrete and asphalt, but I don't think we're ever going to be exporting those. That's about it. And now let's continue setup. We're going to assign all these fields to this distribution office. Here we go. You're gonna go for all of these fields to distribution office, and you're gonna be connecting them here, and this is gonna be unloading. Here we go, and unloading crops. I usually do that just for fun. Right, let's go all the way up now and increase this to 90%. Unfortunately, these distribution offices, they don't go to 100%. I have no idea why, but 90% of this storage is going to be used. You can put additional truck or something, doesn't matter. Storage capacity here would be 4 times 800 tons. That would be 3,200 tons of crops. This is not enough for these fields. That's why I'm telling you straight away, go for either go for another storage or set up your factory, whatever, alcohol production or livestock production, whatever you want, set it up straight away, so when the harvest starts, a whole crap load of your crops are going to be used straight away, and they're going to free up some space. This is where the second distribution office comes into play. So second distribution office, I'm going to set it up now, even though we're not going to use it. It doesn't have to be a big one. It can be a simple small distribution office. We can set it up over here. Well, we can set it up anywhere we want. For example, this is a good location as any, and we're going to connect it to the main road. In this case, you would have distribution office here that would connect this storage area, this storage setup here, with any of your factories. Now you choose. Do you want to go for alcohol? Do you want to go for clothing? Do you want to go with whatever you want? It's up to you. The only thing I suggest, when you set up any factory, build one of these silos next to it and keep filling in this silo just so they have enough crops to work. Some of the industries that use crops, like for example, here we go, fabric factory, it has only 32 tons of crops and consumption per day is 20 tons of crops. That means it has less than, just a little bit more than a day and a half resources to operate normally. A couple of other things that are using these crops would be chemicals. Of course, you have to research them, and you can see here that we do have a little bit more storage here. It's only 0.5 tons of crops required for chemicals, but you have a lot of other stuff that you need, like oil and so on and so on. One other thing that is required for crops are required for would be the alcohol production or distillery. Again, this one has 64 tons of crops capacity and 30 tons of crops daily usage. Now that's a lot of daily usage capacity, so bear in mind whenever you're constructing one of these distilleries, be sure that you have additional storage assigned to it. For example, I'm going to build a distillery over here just to demonstrate, and I'm going to build a storage here. We can go for, don't go for 2 storage units. The other one is probably better to have a warehouse for your alcohol products. And I would do something like this, and I would go again for another distribution office on the other side, sorry, cargo station on the other side, because it's really good to have your trucks going directly to a cargo station rather than directly to a silo. It's faster unloading and it's definitely better for you. So this other distribution office, small one, would be set up like this. You would fill it in with trucks all the way, whatever you want, it's up to you. And this one would have only two points to, well, his meaning. One of them would be loading in this cargo station and unloading here. You can even set it up just to don't make any confusion. You can do it like this, and as soon as crops starts going in, This distribution office is going to be picking up all the crops from there, from this area, and it's going to be bringing it here. This cargo station that's going to be filling in this silo, and we'll see all of that work. Okay, that's about it. I'm going to speed the time up. Actually, this is the fastest I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna see you guys in a couple of seconds. For you it's gonna be only a second, for me it's gonna be a couple of months, because I need to wait for this time to pass, and we're gonna see how the farm works. I'm just gonna upgrade. This is not financial video. We'll not go any. We're not gonna see any financial analysis about this. You're not consuming anything here except fuel and a little bit of electricity when that fuel is being tanked, and that's about it. There's no expenses concerning this, unless until you start using fuel, and that's about it. Why did I? Oh, one more thing. Why did I select 18 fields, not 19? This leaves you additional space if you want to double up your capacity over here. If you have a lot of leftover crops from last year, which I doubt you're gonna have, if you have something that consumes a lot of crops like this distillery has 30 ton of crops a day and 64 ton capacity. This is gonna eat through your crops. You're gonna need many more of these fields just to feed one of these distilleries. This distillery can consume over 10,000 tons of per maximum production, over 10,000 tons of crops. So you would have to have at least 3 or 4. I would go at least 3 of these farms in order to feed one of these distilleries. And that's it, guys. It's 1960. We don't have better tractors than this. Later on, you're gonna have Romanian tractors and Belarusian ones. For now, we only have Soviet Union trucks. I'm gonna repeat one more time. In my videos, Let's Plays, this is the best setup. We have 6 tractors and 6 harvesters. 18 fields, 3 fields per tractor. That's more or less how I roll. I never use farm capacity, because it's minuscule. And let me just check if everything is assigned here. This looks like all the fields should be assigned to this farm. I'm just gonna go through it one more time just to be certain, because I saw once or twice that some fields weren't assigned to some of the farms. I won't go field by field, but I'm just gonna click on all fields like this, so we are 100% sure that all fields are assigned. You can see the list of the fields are here. 6 of them being worked, and then we have 6 additional ones, and the last 6 fields here. There you go. Okay, that's it from me. Let's see when the harvest time comes. Okay, see you in a sec. Okay, here we go. Seeding season is done, 11th of June. That would be April, May, and June. 30 days. No, sorry, 3 months. 3 months more or less is required for these tractors. They're still working on one field. This is the last field that we have left. Every single... Oh no, there we go. 2 more, but they're literally done. Well, all of them are literally done. So here we go. 18 fields, they're all seeded. Our crappy little Soviet tractors managed to do it. Now harvest is not going to be so difficult. Harvest is going to be much simpler, because we have really good harvesters. So these tractors are level 17, while the harvesters are with the dollars. If you go here, it's 32. So there are 32, like, I have no idea what it means. It means it's higher than 17. But I think they might not be comparable at all. Later on in the game, we're gonna get better tractors, so the only thing important is that 18 fields is not a problem for these guys. Now, if we had a little bit more fields than this, we might struggle. I'm not saying yes or no, and I'm not even sure. I think they can seed the whole year round, but the harvest, they can't harvest, because I think in November and December the crops start to go bad. Anyway, just wanted to show you this. 15th of June, seeding is done. Let's say, I think it's gonna be less than 20th of June. This is the last little buddy that's working on the field. These guys are done, and this guy is just finishing here. Right, so, and we can see that we have a lot of some of the fields are already further. Well, this is even 50% grown already. Anyway, let's speed the time up and let's see the harvest. Right, here we go. Harvest season is just beginning. It's 19th of August. That would be 5 months after we started our game. Usually we start 19th of March, I believe. Don't quote me on this, I really don't pay attention to that. By the way, I built another setup here. I wanted to see how much we can get from this, and also I'm gonna talk a little bit about the measurement, statistics, and that kind of stuff. Of course, this is European game made in Slovakia, and they're using metric system as their kind of like point of reference. In that being, it's using hectares for the size of the field. For those of you who don't know, hectare is 100 times 100 meters. That would be 10,000 square meters is 1 hectare. And this is, well, kind of logical, I think, seems like to me, I don't know. But anyway, to my American friends, this is 4.81 hectares, and this is just under, okay, we're starting. This is just under 12 acres. Here we go. Our beautiful dance is beginning. They're gonna go and refuel first, I believe. None of them have full gas tanks. That's perfectly fine. What I wanted to do, I'm pretty sure that 305 tons of crops per year you get from this, per one big field. We'll calculate everything in the end. We'll see we have 18 fields and we are not consuming anything, so we're not gonna have any issues with that. Anyway, not disclaimer, but I said something previously that you can plant any time of the year. That's not true. You can plant from beginning of spring to, well, I think, I don't know, long into the season. I don't actually know when. Is there a limit when you can seed? But I'm pretty sure there's a limit when you can harvest, because the crops, like, it's not even with the first snow. It's like December, I think, they start to rot and stuff. So I never tested that, but we'll see now how this goes. Now this is small-ish setup, because, sorry, let's speed this up. Because usually I use much bigger distribution offices, and here we go. They're all on the fields. Perfect. We have 6 trucks already working. Will we need more? Probably yes. Probably yes. But I think 12 of them, since we have 6 harvesters, should be more or less enough for you know, to keep up with the, well, not really keep up, but they're gonna be quite busy. But 10 tons each, you know, it's a lot of crops. But let's see how this plays out. Right, so I built another, like I said, financially we're not looking at that, even though we spent for 336,000 rubles and $400,000 for setting all this up. But again, I use some stuff that I don't really need to, and this additional storage area is definitely not needed. You can see when this starts to when they start unloading stuff in these silos, you're gonna see these trucks go and deliver, well, 90% of 800 tons, that would be 720 tons. It's gonna be transported to this silo. This is just some additional storage area, so we can calculate how much we have in the end. Of course, this is not gonna be consumed because factory is not working, there's no people there. But I just wanted to show you how the original, how I would set this up, minus the secondary storage, because I'm pretty sure that as these crops are being delivered, they're gonna be delivered to this silo as well in the factory, and it's gonna be utilized there. It's gonna be spent straight away, and I'm pretty sure they would use whole crap load of crops while the harvest is still on. Okay, let's see how this goes on. I think I said everything I need to say. I think I'm gonna do a jump cut now and see you at the end of the harvest. Okay, here we go. We failed to pick everything up. It's 1st December. I think most of this field was not harvested. Unfortunately, looks like 18 fields might be too much for the technology of 1960s, so you're definitely gonna have to invest a little bit more later on to have all 18 fields harvested. But it was minor. It was only few. Well, let's say half of these fields. We can easily calculate what this would mean, but let me real quickly check what do we have here. I will wait for all the trucks to be done delivering all the stuff. You can see here they're all still on the way. Unfortunately, this guy is gonna be disappointed because there's nothing left on the fields. Oh, here we go. It's 18 tons, 0.18. But 1st December, harvest is over. At least in the game. But yes, we're gonna wait for all these trucks. I'm gonna jump cut right now, and I'm gonna do the mats and be back in a second. Right, okay, so here we go. I'm gonna slow the time down. I have a calculator in front of me. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna go through each one of them. You can calculate yourself. So we have 727 tons of crops over here. When we click on the cargo station, you see 365 in 4 different silos. Each one of them has 365. And then we have 371 tons of crops here times 4, of course, and altogether would be 3,671.21. It goes a little bit more details here if you wanna add every little bit piece here, but that would be ton more or less because it's kind of rounded down here. You can see that we kind of in calculations we would lose a little bit. It's actually all of them rounded down. If there's no full number, they just round them down, but that's fine. We would have additional 4 tons, so it doesn't really make any difference. Well, 4 tons, I can calculate that. It would be 3,675 tons minus whatever we lost. But like I said, I know for a fact that 305 tons per field, and that would be 305 times 18 fields would be 5,490. The final count of all of these fields. Just a heads up on that, this is how much I'm averaging at when you have better machinery. This is just a little bit less, so as soon as you get a better machinery, everything counts. Seeding counts because faster it's seeded, the faster it's gonna start growing. The faster it starts growing, the faster it's gonna grow, and then the harvest season is gonna start earlier. So tractors and harvesters, they both count. Trucks, in this case, perfect. They're working perfect. You don't need to touch the trucks. You can upgrade them later on if you wish, better trucks. But this is not the bottleneck. These 12 trucks can do anything that you need them to do. So, right, the bottleneck would be the farm machinery. Again, everything here was done with vanilla. Vanilla implements, vanilla everything is from the game. Not a single mod was used here. I didn't even put on the cheat mod with the line spacing. It doesn't matter in this, that's just for the public transport. But anyway, this is the final conclusion of this. This is what you can expect. You can expect 3,600 tons of crops in the first year. That would be enough for like 150 days of these guys working at 100%. That's about it. That's not enough for your alcohol industry. So you would have to have at least 2 of these guys, well, 3 of these guys to have this factory working for the whole year at 100% productivity. Anyway, that's about it. This is the simple setup. I made it a little bit prettier. Hope you like it. I planted trees between the fields wherever I could that is not too close, and I planted some pine trees next to the road, so I was bored. I'm sorry. Anyway, in my setup I wouldn't use the second one, and in this setup as well, this is too much. Bear in mind that each one of those silos can have 800 tons, and not even 50% is being used at this time. So there you go, 3,700. If you want to export this, you're not gonna get any money for this. You're gonna get 6,000-7,000 rubles if you export this. Sorry, 60,000-70,000 rubles for this. For the whole year, that's under 10,000 a month. That's closer to 5,000 a month than 10,000 a month. That's definitely not worth it. To get it into something better, like livestock, or yeah, even alcohol is a good one. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, press the like button. If you didn't, leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Did it help? Hopefully it did. And this is a basic farm setup. Guys, like, subscribe, notification bell, ring it, leave a comment in the comment section. See you in the next one. Bye bye.